The best of the Bill and Corey Show. Okay, here we go. Here's our fire truck question.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I never thought we'd have a fire truck question for specialty gas equipment.
Yeah.
It says, we're running into an issue with our nitrogen tank on a fire truck located at Station 65. I wouldn't be too specific on the fire truck number. Currently, we have the guys check the nitrogen tank pressure quarterly, as it needs to be a minimum of 1,750 psi to run the extinguishing system. When the check is done, the piping and hose of the extinguishing system on the truck is filled, causing the tank pressure to drop each time. We'll show you a graphic in a little bit, but this quickly leads to the tank dropping below the 1,750 psi minimum.
Bill, I think I can help. Hold on, I think I can help out on this. I once thought about joining the volunteer fire department, so I think I'm like half a firefighter. And luckily, I have the gear from home. And even a model of a fire truck so that we can look at it.
Yeah.
So here's our model. So I feel like I'm a little bit of an expert on this because I almost joined a fire department.
Okay. So where is the cylinder located on the truck?
I think it's in the back here. I feel like that's where it's at.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure.
Based on the picture, let's show the graphic.
Why don't you pop up the graphic?
The graphic's from the back, I think.
Tell me, is it the back? Is it the right side?
I think it's the back. It's coming right.
I don't think it's the front. I guess the picture's up. That's good. It says, I've attached a picture of the current setup. What options are out there so that the tank can be open to check pressure level while charging the rest of the system? Some type of regulator or second valve setup? What are your thoughts?
I have thoughts. Do you have thoughts?
I have thoughts too about this. So, well, keep the graphic up there.
Well, the graphic shows that all they're doing is opening up the tank to see the pressure, because if it's not open and leaking, and feeding, they can't see the pressure. So you want something that will let them see the pressure without having to open the tank. Correct?
Oh yeah, but you still have to open the tank. You have to open the tank for the picture. You can't have a gauge in the tank. So.
What
you can do in this case. Well, wait a minute.
No, show that off.
We got the graphic up there.
All right.
Still looking at the graphic.
All right.
What you could do is you could put a valve on the branch of the T to isolate it from the accumulator, so you can check your pressure, and then then it'll just fill that little space and bleed it down. What's important though when you're picking a valve out is you need to know that it's you got to make sure it's pressure rated, and in this case it's a CGA 580 on the tank, so you need to have whatever valve you have.
Because it's nitrogen, right?
Nitrogen, yeah. So it's rated to 3,000 psi. So you just can't go to the hardware store and pick out a valve.
Oh no. Yeah, Ace Hardware does not have that. I've been there many times.
Yeah, you don't want to get a valve from there. You got to make sure it's pressure rated for it, and in this case it's inert gas, so it's not to worry about. Yeah, you just have to make sure it's compatible with your system. So you can take the graphic down, and then we'll show one of our solutions. So you can put a valve on the outlet, any type of diaphragm valve, and flow rate's important. Or we've got, this is a standard product, is our 52A series valve. It's a pack stem needle valve. It's for flow control. And we'll have this is a CGA 580 right there, so you can attach it to your cylinder, and we can reconfigure it to anything you want. So it's got a gauge on there. We have it set up so when it's on the cylinder, it's for regular standing up cylinders, you can see the pressure on it. Now this valve has a C to V of 0.35, I think. Yep. And then, so that's going to give you a really decent flow rate on there, because you don't want to have a valve that's going to choke your flow to whatever your system is, because that'd be another problem. This is nickel-plated body, and it's got nickel-plated brass, and the valve has stainless steel stem on it. So it's great. It's intended to help control the flow out of your cylinder. It's not going to regulate the pressure, but they could do something like this. Have the valve closed
and still see what the pressure is in the cylinder.
Then you can see the pressure. You can turn the gauge. Well, we
within
configure
reason.
it that way.
We configure it a certain way, yes.
I'm just loosening the pipe thread, turning the gauge. That's a bad idea.
And then it'll leak.
It'll totally leak.
Why are we losing pressure on our...
Yes. So we would obviously tighten this in and leak check it before we send it to you.
Wow.
So that's our.
As an almost firefighter, I approve.
Okay. Anything else to add about the whole fire truck thing?
No.
Okay,
Just
good.
this good model.
That's pretty nice.
That's we use that to make sure.
Better bring it home. The kids will get up.
Oh yes. Well, don't ask me why I have the fireman costume.
Okay. We invented spec gas back in 1927. Adam Matheson started.
Before that, there were no gases.
There weren't special ones.
Oh, so they weren't special. They were. Yeah, everybody was the same.
Everybody was the same. Now we have the special ones. Now everything's special, so nothing's special.
Oh, that's how it goes.
It just kind of dawned on me. We have stuff from then.
Wow.
This is a price list.
I had paper back then.
From 1944.
Wow.
This is not D-Day edition, but this is sent out in March.
Come on, you got to give us some details. How cheap was stuff back then?
Oh, yeah. We got, these prices are no longer valid.
Disclaimer. Disclaimer.
Ammonia in a 1A cylinder was $18.
Wow.
See. And argon was, $57.60. Wow, that's pretty expensive.
Well, you know what? I'm sure.
It's probably gone down.
No. Well, I'm sure some prices in this would seem low because inflation and stuff.
inflation.
But the economies of scale for the future would possibly push some prices down. Like it's probably easier to get argon these days than it was back then.
You don't have to pick it from the argon tree.
No,
You got membranes.
now you can just suck it right out of the air.
Yeah, you just get it right out of the air.
But I have a pertinent question about D-Day. Bill, what happened to A, B, and C days? Did they skip those? Did they what?
Yeah,
you said you couldn't make a D-Day joke, and I proved you wrong.
Yeah, you haven't proved me wrong. But it does have. They didn't call pressure regulators back then. It was reducing. Want to zoom in on this one? You can. Yeah, it's not. Reducing valve number 1. So it's the. So they
call the valves.
They call the valves.
So when somebody calls when the phone and says my valve's not working, they're from the 40s.
Yeah, I know.
Time travelers,
Really
if you will.
pressure regulator. So that's the I guess that would be like the Model 1.
That's the first one. At least they stuck with the first one.
Yeah,
we're on number 3800.
They went to 1A.
Now we're up to 3810. So there's been 3800 different regulators since then.
But some is the Model 50.
Ooh.
That's pretty much hasn't changed much at all. You look at it and go, hey, this looks kind of like snow. But and you'll think, I could pick it up. This is really boiling.
Oh, you went overboard.
Yeah, I think we get a little too much here.
My pants are getting wet.
So I think we went a little too high on the water there. Put a note there. Too much water. You might think that this is a disaster. You look at it and go, it's like snow, but this is really cold. Mm-hmm. It's minus 109 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the Bill and Corey show. I'm Bill.
And I'm Corey.
Someone's looking for a basic industrial regulator like the 3530A series, and they need mounting options.
This is our 3530A series regulator. It's a brass regulator, and it's one of our better ones. And it comes with various mounting options. The first is the Z bracket. You have to take the knob off, pop the cap off, take the knob off, you insert this over top of it, and then we have a nut. And we give you 2, but you only need 1. And you screw it on the threads right there, attach the back with screws to whatever mounting plate you have, and it'll hold it up there. This is a bracket that allows you to use the back end. There's 2 10x32 tapped holes back here, and these are the screws that go in there. They're not included with the regulator, but you can use this to attach it to the regulator, and then you can mount this bracket wherever you want. And then we have our protocol station. This one comes with a nice flex hose in it, so you can attach it wherever you want. But on the outlet here, it has the CGA bushing, and you can connect.
You want me to hold this?
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
I got it. Attach it to the bushing, and then you can attach your regulator right to it. And then you can attach it's the same bracket that I just showed you. Attach that wherever you would like. And so we have 3 options for doing that.
Oh, I'm Bill.
I'm Corey.
I didn't know we were live already.
I was whispering that to you, trying to say it lowly.
I thought I just say, okay, so because I'm not doing the intro anymore. So it's
Yeah, it is a little bit different.
Why do we have two buckets here? Today we're going to talk about carbon dioxide. I've got on cryo gloves, and it's because I'm too cool for you guys. This is dry ice.
Also known as what?
Dry ice. Solid carbon dioxide. And you put it in water. Oh, I spilled a little bit there.
That's okay.
And then I have a towel we can clean up later. This is kind of cool.
Wow.
And
feel some heat coming off of that.
yeah, now CO. Wow,
I love the smell of CO2 in the morning.
We'll show you a regular regulator.
Well, I mean, they're all
No,
regular
they're-
regulators. What do you think? This is abnormal? Is it different? You don't like?
Yeah, we'll be nice to it. So every.
It's okay.
This is our common bar stock regulator.
This is a regulator you can take home
It's
to
a
mom and
dual-
pa.
Yeah, it's a dual stage regulator. You know, it's obviously bigger. It's not called a mini
No, it's
regulator.
not- yeah.
We don't call it a big one either.
No.
So we
A mega regulator. We're gonna start calling them mega
don't
regulators.
make them feel uncomfortable. They have to be body positive with the regulators.
All to your tubing first because it's a Schrader valve, so it'll stay closed, so it won't let.
Is it on? Okay, now it's on. Sorry, little mic.
we couldn't hear
Okay.
all that.
Anyways, I'm Bill. You already heard it. That's Corey. And well, whatever. We hit the 20-hour mark in content last. But yeah, but this is a good regulator. But you got to consider.
And as always, gold plated for extra fanciness.
It's not gold plated. just brass. CGA G6, G for gas, and 6 being the 6th one they did. So
It's a good late
that's
night
the
read.
standard.
I heard the ending's a little bit of a twist.
Yeah.
You won't see it coming.
Okay. Now